How's it going, everyone? This is Trixx from Meta of Smash, and in this video, we're going to be going over how to use Joker's gun dash mechanic and some of its applications. When Joker does a short hop, he can use his neutral special to stall his momentum. As of right now in the meta, I'm not sure if there's a technical term for this, but I'm going to be calling this gun stalling. Once you've initiated the gun stalling animation, you have three options. Number 1, being land normally. Number 2, sliding forward, or number 3, sliding backwards. Once again, there is not a technical term for the slide forwards or backwards. I hear some people calling it wave dashing, people calling it gun dashing. I've heard gun sliding, I've heard gun waves, I've heard chamber waves, roulette waves, whatever you call this. So whenever you hear any of those terms, I'm sure that they are referring to this animation. Personally, I like the sound of chamber waves because it's distinct enough and clear enough to not get confused to when you dash forward with this gun animation while you're still on the ground. Similar to an air dodge, if you continuously do this technique over and over again, the length that you will slide on the ground will get shorter and shorter. So you're going to want to use this technique sparingly to keep it at its full effect. Also note, to do this technique properly, it is a very, very fast input. To do this technique properly, you're going to want to do a short hop, then immediately hit your B button. The quicker you do this portion of the input, the farther you will slide on the ground. You'll also notice that I'm hitting two jump buttons. I have my Z button set to jump as well as my Y button, making it easier and more consistent to get the short hop. Once you've initiated your gun stall, the timing is a little bit looser for the control stick, so you have a bit of time to decide if you want to go left, right, or land in a neutral position. And for anyone looking for a visual representation, if Joker shoots his shot at 2.2 units above the ground, you are doing this input correctly. If you do it too high, you will get the full air dodge animation and not travel the full distance, or if you do it too low, it will not work at all. I'm not sure what the reasoning for this is, but if you chamber wave facing forwards, you'll move a total of 3.5 units. However, if you are facing forward and try to do a retreating chamber wave, you will travel a much shorter distance. This was also the case when the air dodge was fresh. So because of this, you're going to want to try and B-reverse your shot to get the maximum distance at all times. Notice in this next example that every time I chamber wave forwards, I travel a great distance, but if I try to do a retreating chamber wave, my travel distance is greatly compromised. One of the most useful aspects of this movement option is the fact that you can cross up your opponent during your invulnerability frames. Although the range at which this is possible is quite small, there is still many uses for this. It can catch someone overextending, cross them up, and get you free grabs or even hard punishes. This technique can also be used for breaking zones and getting very long range grabs. So adding grabs and hard punishes to the ability to extend your range or even cross up makes this an absolute nightmare for people to deal with. Notice in this next example that once the gun stall is performed, there is absolutely no telling where Joker is going to go. Chamber wave to down tilt is an extremely long range attack, now reaching up to 7 units, so even from a great distance you still have very quick burst options to approach with. It's also important to note that once you finish your sliding animation, you will be left in the standing position, and this is good because you'll be able to instantly act into any option you want. That includes tilts, smash attacks, shield, roll, spot dodge, you name it, you can do it. In my opinion, this movement option is an absolutely must learn for every Joker main because utility is absolutely endless. And I'll leave you with this example. Notice how I send my opponent off stage with a forward tilt and then go straight into a chamber wave. And at this moment he has three options: air dodge away from the stage, air dodge towards the stage, or land normally. And during this match, I noticed that my opponent's habit was to air dodge onto the stage, so I made the read and capitalized. I really hope to see a lot of Joker players using this technique at high level play and also putting it into their montages. Once again, this is Trixx from Meta of Smash saying thanks for watching the video.